But first, claims of fiscal responsibility, the biggest ever election win, and an unbeatable work ethic. The CBC's Stephen D'Souza spent the day looking into those claims made by Toronto's mayor, beginning with this.
I said I have drank in excess a few times. I've admitted to drug use, but I'm not a drug addict. I am not an alcoholic. I've shown up to work every day for the last 13 years, straight as an arrow. I return everyone's call, and have I had some fun time on the weekends? Yes, I have, and I think everyone has. And I'm human. I made a mistake. Peter, I'm getting punished for my Friday or Saturday night that I decided to have a few drinks.
So, Stephen, what about Mayor Ford's work habits?
Well, the mayor does have a pretty decent overall attendance record. He's missed only about 14% of council meetings and committee meetings, but it's even when he attends meetings, he's known for leaving council meetings in the middle of them to go coach high school football. And then there are some of the claims made in the police search warrant documents that were released a few weeks ago, where former staffers said they often had trouble getting hold of Rob Ford for meetings. He often didn't want to attend any meetings or events before 11 a.m. And they canceled all of his meetings in the evenings after he appeared intoxicated at a ball back in February earlier this year. So while he may sound like a straight arrow or says he's a straight arrow, it's not quite as rosy and clear as he says it is.
Well, here's something that must have been relatively easy to check up on. The mayor talking about, well, let's listen to him, his unprecedented mandate.
The people elected me, the largest mandate in Canada's history, and they just stripped my powers. They gave me 25% of what David Miller had. I returned thousands of calls. I can't function as the mayor of Toronto with 8 people in my office.
So, Stephen, what about the mayor's numbers?
Well, it's simply not true, not even in Canadian history, not in Toronto's history. Mel Lastman in the year 2000 got 100,000 more votes than Rob Ford did in the last election. And then even if we look at David Miller in 2006, he won by a wider margin. So on both those fronts, you could make the argument both of those mayors had a bigger mandate than Rob Ford.
And of course, Rob Ford was asked about his drug use. Here's what he said.
I haven't touched a drop of alcohol in 3 weeks, and I don't do drugs.
The last time you did drugs was?
A year ago sometime.
Would it have been this incident with the crack?
Probably, yes. Probably in and around a year. I don't know exactly when it was, but probably in about a year ago.
And so finally, Stephen, on that issue of when the mayor last used drugs, what does the record look like on that?
Well, we've all heard about this infamous video, and while we don't know exactly what substance Rob Ford was smoking in the video, we do have new documents obtained by CBC that show that police believe the video was actually recorded in February of this year. And now I should say that video and that date rather hasn't been proven, but it is contained in documents filed by the Crown in relation to a CBC application to get more information on the search warrant related to Alessandro Lisi. That, of course, is Mayor Ford's friend and occasional driver. So a little bit of inconsistency there, quite a few in the interviews, and so it's really up to the people now to decide what they believe from Mayor Ford and what they don't.
Stephen D'Souza at City Hall. Thank you.
You're welcome.